Between wrapping paper, gift boxes, and bows, you might already be feeling a little cluttered when it comes to gifting. And we haven't even talked about the actual gifts yet. But the holiday gifts don't have to turn into something that becomes this big, overwhelming clutter trap. Instead, you can approach gifting and gift receiving with simplicity in mind this year, and I truly hope you do. Because while the initial excitement from opening all the gifts can be really fun, sometimes the aftermath is something a lot of people don't talk about, but I'm going to be talking about it today. Maybe you've had thoughts like this during the gift opening celebration in your home for the holidays. Where am I gonna put all this stuff? We don't even have space for this stuff. Or as you're seeing your child unwrap their 40th toy today, you're thinking, we already had too many toys and now we have even more. Toy pickup is going to be even harder now and it's probably going to land on my shoulders. Oh my gosh, the house is going to be so messy with all this stuff. And here's the thing, the holidays for a lot of people set them back months in their declutter progress. In fact, for me, I didn't feel like I regained control of my home and all of the chaos that the holidays seem to cause until March the following year. So that, y'all, that's 3 months of chaos and physical clutter, which guess what? Caused mental clutter, stress, anxiety, a whole host of downstream side effects, many of them sourcing from just having too many gifts. And here's the thing, because I know someone's thinking this, you and I can be grateful for these gifts from our loved ones. And we can be overwhelmed by them. They are not mutually exclusive. And just because we get overwhelmed from all the stuff, it doesn't make us not grateful. And there is a way to enjoy the holidays to both give and receive gifts and not let your home fill back up with stuff, which guess what that does? It takes your attention away. It takes your presence away, which is kind of a big focus around the holidays, is to slow down, relax, enjoy time with others. But we're not able to do so in a very present and mindful way. Pun intended on the present, right? If we're surrounded and overwhelmed by all the stuff. Which is why I highly recommend to offer options to loved ones. And we need to think outside the box here, okay? So here are some incredible ideas that have helped me, again, embrace the holiday season for what it is and simplicity, okay? Number one is consumables. Instead of just material possessions or just things we simply don't need, try things like consumables. This is things that get used up over time. Tea, coffee. Obviously, this is gonna depend if you drink tea or coffee. It's based on your interests and likes, of course. Chocolate. Everyone loves chocolate, okay? So if you want to send me anything for the holidays, all right, you just let me know. You can send me some chocolate. For kiddos, this could be Play-Doh or coloring books. And here's the thing, I'm stressing that ideally we want to base this on someone's interests, because I have one child that loves to color and another that doesn't want anything to do with it. So if I give my child who doesn't really care for coloring all these coloring books and all these pencils and crayons and go, well, it's a consumable. It's not consumable if he's not consuming it, okay? So keep that in mind when you're choosing these types of consumable items, whether that's creating wish lists for your family members, for your kiddos, or when you're considering maybe you're going to get your friend or your mom or your sibling a consumable gift. You have to know what they're into and what they actually consume. It's pretty easy. I promise it's not so complex. Number two, courses or memberships. There are so many people out there that love to learn. I'm one of them. So maybe a family member has always wanted to try photography lessons, or a kiddo wants dance or ballet or ninja lessons, whatever that is. Literally, there are so many online options and in-person options. The sky's the limit. Again, you want to base this off their interests or maybe something they vocalize that they would be interested in trying or doing. For quite a few years when I belonged to the same gym, I would always ask for a gym renewal membership. That was a great gift. I appreciated it. It's something I used all the time. Another membership that gets gifted to us annually from my son's grandparents, my parents, is a Arboretum membership. We have a beautiful outdoor space here in Asheville, North Carolina, and one way to take advantage of that is by going to our local Arboretum. I want to support them anyway, and by being a member, it gets us outside even more than we are normally. I love it, and it's just a great gift. We spend so much time there making memories as a family. I honestly couldn't imagine not being a member there. Number three, another one of my favorites, but I'm kind of biased. All of these are amazing. A time-saving gift. Raise your hand or put in the comments if you consider yourself to be a busy person. Put yes. Oh my gosh, everyone should be raising 2 hands and being like, yes, Katie, I'm busy, right? So if we're all busy, why not give the gift of time or something that's going to save one of your loved ones time? This could be, for an adult in your life, a meal subscription service so they don't have to go to the grocery store as often, a babysitting service service, you could offer your time to watch one of your best friend's kids for a night, and maybe you swap and then they come over to your house the next weekend so you and your partner can have a date night. And with a lot of these time-saving services, it's not like you have to hire it out and pay someone else to provide that service or gift for a loved one. If you're on a tight budget, you can do these things. Again, offer to babysit, offer to clean their house, offer to make some meals for them, come over on a Sunday and help them meal prep. I mean, the sky's the limit. You don't need to have a huge budget for this. Even something like a car wash. You might not be doing car washes in December, but they can use it the following spring when it starts to warm up. Number 4 is experiences. We have replaced a lot of physical gifts with experiences. It's been a game changer in my home, and it's one of our favorite things we always look forward to. Family trips, pedicures, tickets to sporting events, concerts, going to the zoo or a water park. The sky is the limit. Experience-based gifts are some of my favorites and so many people's favorites because they create memories. Would you rather have a memory or another pair of fall boots or winter boots that you don't really even need? Well, I know my answer. So think of interests that you and your family have and create gifting opportunities around those. In fact, I had a student not too long ago reach out to me and say one of the big reasons that she had so much stress around the holiday season was because it was so expensive. They had a lot of family members. Everyone felt obligated to buy something for everyone. It added up. They were really going beyond their means and outside of their comfort zone when it came to finances every year. But she didn't question it because she didn't want to, stir the pot or do things differently. So I encouraged her to just have an honest conversation with some of the family members and say, hey, so what would it look like if instead we took everyone to the family zoo for the day? And guess what? She went into that conversation not really knowing how it was going to go. Everyone felt the same way. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you brought this up. We would love this. The kids would love it. The adults would love it. Let's do it. They had the best holiday season last year. They saved money, they created a memory, and there wasn't clutter. It was a beautiful thing. So I pass that along to you to encourage you that sometimes the holidays can look differently and should look differently if how they have in the past have stressed you out. And number 5 is DIY things. Now, I'm no Martha Stewart. However, you don't have to be either to create really neat DIY things that you might like to gift to a family member. I love these because typically they're budget friendly. I mean, a DIY gift could be as simple as like a gift basket where you go get some maybe food or consumables, chocolates, coffees, teas, fruits, and make a cute gift basket that they'll consume over time. And then they can donate the gift basket or reuse it to gift something else to a friend. Another one of our family favorites is my mom makes an annual calendar for us every single year to put up on the wall, and it's personalized. So it's got family photos of us and our cats because we are cat people in our family. And it's just a joy. So it's something that serves a purpose for an entire year. And then we get a new one the following year and recycle the old one. And speaking of DIY things, okay, this was epic. A few years ago, so my dad's birthday falls on December 3rd, right around the holiday season. So me and my husband and my 2 sons decided to write him a song. Now, none of us, by the way, are like musically inclined. However, it was fun. We busted out our rhyming skills. We spent like an hour creating this song for him, this personalized song to the tune of Jingle Bells. And we videoed ourselves singing it. It was awesome. First of all, the experience was amazing. We laughed, we cried, and we sent him this video and he loved it, was completely surprised. Oh my gosh, he said it was so thoughtful. And he said it was better than any other, especially physical possession we could have sent him wrapped in a bow. And again, this comes down to thinking outside the box. Really incredible, beautiful things can happen and really meaningful traditions that are going to last a lifetime. Now, if you have family members that maybe go a little bit overboard with the gifting each year, you could also suggest and establish an easy rule to remember. A common one is need, want, and wear. So one item your child wants, one item your child needs, and one item they can wear. A lot of people do this and swap out one of those with read if your kid is an avid reader, or you hope they are. And by giving them books, you hope they'll read more. And so you could change that to need, want, and read, right? You can shift this to whatever makes sense for you. This is what we did for my sons for many years when they were very little. But honestly, over the last few years, they only get a few physical gifts from me and my husband. We've put a lot of our money and time into creating experience gifts for them. For example, my youngest son just turned 6, so I gave him the choice of would he like gifts or a party with his friends. And guess what? He chose a party with his friends. We had the best time, and I promise you, he will remember this birthday for the rest of his life, just like I remember my 6th birthday with all my friends and have so many fond memories from it. And this is where I usually get questions from people like, well, don't you feel bad if they don't have anything to open? However, he opens gifts that he gets from his grandparents and his aunt and uncle. So we just usually aren't supplying that type of gift to him. And guess what? He's 100% okay with that. And as a parent, I carry zero guilt because we created a really special celebration for him with that experience-based idea in mind. Another tip I swear by is to start creating wish lists. Now, this is something I would encourage you to do all year because guess what? I think we've all been there. Come early November to mid-November, you start getting text messages from friends and family members. Hey, what do you want for the holidays? Hey, what does your son or daughter or partner want for the holidays? And you panic and you're like, oh my gosh, I have no clue. I'm too busy to even think about this. And you just say, I don't know, just whatever, right? And that's when we end up with gifts that ultimately become clutter because we didn't have time to put thought and consideration into this. So the idea behind a wish list, you can create these on Amazon, you can share them with your loved ones, is throughout the year as you start to find things you might like for a gift that could add value to your life, something you really want. Same thing for your kids. You add them to these wish lists. You can share them for the holiday season or have your family see them all year round, and they can, use it for birthdays or any type of celebration. It's so cool because if they're using this wish list, it's something you really want and need. And what's more beautiful than that? And I can't stress this one enough. Reevaluate the gifting traditions you have. Just like my student who instead of spending $500, putting too much stress on their family financially, they went to the zoo instead, had an amazing time with their family. So maybe you sit down with your partner or other people in your family who you typically share gifts with and say, what would be most meaningful and helpful for our family right now? Or just for your friend who typically you buy something for. Sometimes something really simple like a grocery gift card, a gas gift card, plain old cash, right? Benjamin Franklin's. Wait, what number is he? Now I got to look this up. Benjamin Franklin. Oh gosh, I got to know now. $100? Well, maybe not that much. I don't know. And remembering that the holiday season isn't really about the gifts, it's about the people we spend time with and creating memories that can be really hard to remember when we are overwhelmed by all the clutter. But with a little planning, some conversations, and shifting your take on what that looks like for you, you can tackle it with more ease. And now it's time to tackle that holiday decor. So click the video on your screen now to learn how.